And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. The Magic making a switch here. Payton's checked in. Baddest one's checked in for the Pelicans. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Orlando's coach as he addressed his team. With the game still up for grabs, he simply told his guys, we're right there. Stay focused, execute, and get it done. Kevin, let's see how it plays out.
Boy, taking it hard to the rack for the big throwdown.
And give an unofficial assist, Clark, to his teammate for setting the screen that freed him up.
Yeah, good call, Kevin. That was really the key to the play.
And the Pelicans miss again. The Magic have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Prince misses.
Tell you, the defense was right there, just waiting, doing a nice job of anticipating that play.
Steve, every team needs tough interior defense to be successful.
Tipped away.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
Here's Oladipo, and Davis sends it back. And here we go. Here's Baddest One. Drills it from outside. Baddest One's got 9 points here in the second half. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Their defense has been outstanding, Kevin. Closing out on shots, blocking a lot of them as well.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Evans passes to Gordon. He tries for 3. Another triple from Baddest One. Now it's a 4-point Pelican lead.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
Yeah, in fact, 3 of the last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Oladipo misses.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far. You know, even though he's bite-sized compared to the big men on the floor, he's done some really tall work on the board.
Out to Payton. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Boy, perfect half at the free throw line for him. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
Yeah, that's keeping them close. It's going to take a full effort here in the second half, but they've got to continue to knock down these free throws.
Shooting 2. Payton.
And that one misses. Gordon's checked in for the Magic.
Nice shooting. You're up. Let's.
And it's the Magic with the ball. It's a 5-point game. Payton outside. There's the dish to Prince. Kicks to Oladipo. Trying to find Vucevic. Gets it to him. Clock at 6. Puts up a 3. Oladipo misses.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there.
Baddest One's checked in for Drew Holiday. Pelicans leading by 5. Evans passes to Baddest One.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
Davis dishes to Evans. The pass to Baddest One. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Evans has got his 4th assist in this one.
They are killing them with that 3-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
That's his first personal foul. Penalty situation. At the line. Shooting 2. Payton.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. So he comes up empty at the line. Clark, if they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Amen. I think that's the best option.
In the corner, it's Gordon. New Orleans moving the ball around. No good from Battiston. The Magic trail by 8. And Oladipo kicks to Payton. Back to Oladipo. Payton passes to Oladipo. Good on the three-point shot. Oladipo's got 26 points.
He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on the roll and knock him down.
Feeds to Davis. It's deflected. It's stolen by Oladipo. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. A big dunk at the end of the break.
Boy, their defense making an impact here late, Kevin.
And straight off the steal, Clark, a perfectly run fast break ends in the slam dunk.
That could be a swing in this game.
Here's Battiston. He kicks it to Evans. Here's Battiston. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. 31 points for Battiston.
That's now a dozen straight points coming off wide open three-pointer.
You know what it looks like to me out there, guys? I mean, it looks like All-Star Weekend out there. We know how much defense is played. There is actually defense during the All-Star Weekend, no D.
That one's good. The New Orleans lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Payton.
That is a terrific effort on this shot. He's giving up a lot of size, but still finds a way to score.
I don't think that affected him in the least, though, Steve. I mean, he made it look like he was the bigger guy.
Pass to Battiston. Puts up a 3, and again, New Orleans with the triple.
They are not letting up, guys. They just keep coming at them.
And I'd say that lead is too big to overcome at this point.
Pass to Oladipo. Vucevic setting the big for Oladipo. He's looking for Gordon and finds him. Yes! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
And so they foul intentionally. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Fades. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
And no mistakes there. A couple of good free throws to give them a little extra cushion.
Oladipo for 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Here's Battiston. And the miss. So we see the Pelicans get the win here. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see you next time. And now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Battiston.
All right. It's one thing to know you're one of the best in the league, but it's another thing to prove it on the court.
Check this out. We doing what we supposed to do. Beating who we supposed to be. It doesn't matter unless we play well during the playoffs.
True, but it feels pretty good now, don't it?
Yeah, it does.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. For the Miami Heat, they are coming off a good outing against the Knicks in New York.
And it was the role players in that game, Kevin, that really led the charge. The guys who normally don't score a lot, they came in and really contributed.
A total team performance, Steve, the kind you need if you're going to win on the opponent's home floor.
It'll be the Heat off the tip. The New Orleans Pelicans come into this one after the win against the Magic in Orlando.
And you know what was most impressive? They've wasted very few possessions in that game. They ran their offense close to perfection.
That's what we call a mute button game in front of a hostile crowd. They never let the fans get into it. Had them on their hands the whole time.
And Holiday, here we go. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Giving up way too many open looks.
You're exactly right, and to battle back, they've got to shore their defense up, Steve.
Baddest ones checked in for the Pelicans.
Now you look at hard fouls and what's now considered a flagrant foul. The referees in the league has really sort of changed the rule over the course of the last decade. And I think it's for the better. It used to be you could get away with basically mugging a player. Now you have to be more careful, and I think it's good for the protection of the player and for the improvement of the game. They have to like the chances of this team to go far in the playoffs. Not only are they as talented as any club in the league, but they have fantastic chemistry as well.
And I've seen it often. Chemistry is what separates great teams from championship teams, particularly when you talk about chemistry between players and also chemistry between the players and the coaches.
There's been talk about hard fouls and flagrant fouls to protect the players' club.
Yeah, no less an authority than coaching great Phil Jackson said that Naismith set up the game to eliminate fouling, not reward it. Sounds something just like something Phil would say. It used to be that the fouler had to leave the court like in hockey. I think the league is taking good steps to get away from the defensive slugfest of years past.
Good on the triple. Baddest one's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The Heat trail by 16. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, I had a chance to talk with head coach Eric Spoelstra. He said a big factor in this game will be how well they limit penetration by Tyreke Evans. He said he's so unique in that he's so big and so strong and also tremendously slippery and elusive off the bounce. But we've really got to cut off his right hand and then dare him to shoot over the top. I'd rather he have a wide open look from 18, 19 feet than a clear lane to the rim any day of the week. Kevin, the marching order, pretty clear cut.
And thanks for that story, Doris. And so here is New Orleans. After the Heat pick up 2, Cole's shot is good.
Well, they've settled into their offense very quickly here today.
Yeah, they're zoned in, making the most out of their possessions here.
Kicks it to Bosh. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Chris Bosh, in some ways, had been the overlooked, underrated member of the Big Three in Miami, but extremely valuable. A nice complimentary scorer and understated defensively. But with LeBron gone now, he becomes more of a focal point offensively.
And Chris Bosh posted up a lot more, it seemed, to Clark in Toronto and Miami. He'd become primarily a face-up threat.
And I think that's where he's most comfortable, Kevin. More of a slender build. He takes advantage of his quickness more than his strength, so facing up is really where he's been most effective.
Quincy Pondexter, he's checked in for Tyreke Evans. And he's good on the second.
Well, the Miami Heat, since the Big Three assembled, have been a polarizing team. Some fans rooted for them, others rooted against them. Either way, they've been an incredible story for the league and have become just a huge draw around the NBA.
The shot's good from Baddest one.
They've made one basket after another since getting this game started, and you wonder, is the blowout in store?
Too early to say that and go there, Steve, but it has been pretty ugly so far.
The Heat making a switch here. Haslam's checked in.
That their offense needed to run through baddest one. Coach is looking for something special from him. He's usually not their main option at the offensive end, but it looks like he's going to be today. Kevin, we'll see how that strategy pans out as this game develops.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Out to the wing. Shoots the three. And it's Miami with the rebound. And now with the Big Three era coming to an end, Miami not perhaps one of the more hated teams around the NBA, but Clark, they are still at the forefront of the league scene in the East.
And while they might have lost a bunch of the bandwagon fans, by no means is this team finished with being a title threat. There's just too much talent on this roster, and for the first time in a long time, they might enjoy being viewed as underdogs.
Here's Napier following the score by New Orleans. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. 6 on the shot clock. Cole with the rebound.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
He was one step ahead of the defense when he fired that pass for the assist.
Norris Cole.
Got it off in time. We're at the end of the first quarter, and what a blowout already in this one. The Pelicans on top as they end the first quarter with a tremendous 17-3 run. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here in a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Pelicans.
They've got to be happy with their defense right now, and they're converting turnovers into points.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
So for New Orleans right now, baddest one, he's in at the point. Davis and Ashik patrol the paint. Quincy Pondexter out there with Gordon. Here's Davis, and it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. Shooting at a high percentage. All teams aim to do that. Let's see the league's best. Pelicans, number 1.
Yeah, plain and simple, they do not take bad shots. They really share the ball. They get great player and ball movement, and that's why they shoot the percentage that they do.
The Heat shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks.
You know, one thing you have to give Coach Eric Spoelstra credit for is he's not wedded to just one approach. I like his ability to be flexible. You remember after the 2011 finals, for example, he really went back to the drawing board and changed Miami's offense to their small ball approach, but also wanted to get LeBron inside more. The result has been a couple of championship rings.
And so it's New Orleans with it. Right side, Davis. Puts the fadeaway right on the money. Davis has got 9 points.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They sure are. That's 3 straight buckets that have come off of assists.
And Gordon over to help. Johnson, a wide open look. That's him coming off an assist from Dragic. Johnson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, it was a dismal start from the field for them in the first quarter, but they're finally starting to turn it around.
Well, I don't think it could have gotten any worse, partner. I mean, you figure they had all their bad misses out of the way. It should be good to go now. Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted. The aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points.
Pelicans leading by 13. Expanding his range. That's good. 11 points in the game. There's 1:26 left here in the second. And the pass to Chalmers. Heat moving the ball around. Napier kicks to Johnson. Bosch sets the pick for Johnson. Here's Napier. Right now averaging 5 points a game. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Evans outside. Pass to Baddest one. Back to Evans. Here's Cole. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Yeah, shoddy defense there. Far too slow to react on the closeouts.
Napier kicks to Johnson. 40 seconds left to play in the first half. And here's Chalmers for 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Evans has got his 6th rebound on the night. Pass to Baddest one. There's the pick. Down low.
And if they're smart, they will hold for the last shot.
That's got to be the objective here, Steve.
What a smooth finish.
Well, he's certainly the one they want on the end of those breaks. He always finishes strong.
Pelicans leading by 17. Cole, the pass to Baddest one. And the 3 off target. Here's Napier. Fader on the way. And that's not going to go. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Pelicans ahead, leading by 17. And a chip.
Hey, Kevin, will coach with...
Hey guys, we've really taken the life out of this crowd, but I still want to talk to you for a minute. Only tough part of this game is going to be playing just as good a second half as you did a first half. That's the challenge. You were terrific on defense and offense, and I don't want to see a letdown in either spot. Something I did like? Well, a bunch of times we forced a turnover that led directly to a bucket. I wouldn't mind seeing that happen a few more times after the half. These guys got nothing on us. Let's keep playing our game and show them how good we can be.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
And what was most impressive was that his decision-making and
Wake up, son. You're in.
Oh, it's time to ball.
And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Pondexter's checked in. The Heat trail by 13. Dang out there with Haslem. Then there's Whiteside. Then there's Chalmers. And it's Dragic in at the point guard. That's the group on the floor for Miami. On the wing, Dang. Back to Dragic. The high post shot. The shot is off. Good D by Holiday.
Omir Ashik, one of the premier defensive. He's got size, mobility, and great IQ for defensive position.
Baddest ones checked in for New Orleans. Pelicans leading by 13. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kevin, as you know, Dwayne Wade has one of the best pump fakes in the NBA, and he'll tell you he picked it up from Sam Cassell. Of course, you remember Sam was playing in Milwaukee when Wade was at Marquette in the same town. Wade knows how hard it is to deal with pump fakes. I bite too, not as much, but guys get me. I get mad every time. Mike, that's my move. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, he's a piece of work, isn't he? Thank you, Doris. And the Pelicans making a change here. Anderson's checked in. Dang kicks to Chalmers. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That one on Davis. And Ashik Clark, not just a deterrent at the rim, we all know that. He's also a voracious defensive rebounder.
Yeah, he really is. And, you know, teams love to go small, but when you have a dominant presence at the 5, it allows you to go small at the other 4 positions. He provides that kind of paint presence with his size and that motor of his.
Josh McRoberts has checked in for Miami. And New Orleans also making a change. Agins has checked in. The Pelicans have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. And it's Gordon missing.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Dragic kicks to Dang. He feeds it to Haslem. He dishes it to Chalmers. Takes the 3. The rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Baddest one. Pass to Aginsa. Here's baddest one, trying his luck deep, and that one's good. Baddest one's got 16.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
1:49 left to play in the third. And Chalmers kicks to Dang. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he shot the ball anything like he's capable of. How nice was that alley-oop? Those two really have a good connection.
Yeah, read each other so well. It's a play I'm sure, Clark, they love to run.
And as the receiver, he didn't feel like he had the need to go for the monster finish. Just laying it in, making sure he got the points.
And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Napier, he's checked in for Goran Dragic. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Cole's checked in for Eric Gordon. There's 1:26 left here in the third quarter. Anderson, a screen on Chalmers. Feeds to Pondexter. New Orleans moving it around. Clock at 6. Now the pass to baddest one. Traps in the tray. Baddest one's got 8 points in the quarter.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Agreed, Clark. They've poured in 3 of the last 5 baskets on pretty open looks behind the arc.
And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Tyreek Evans is checked in for Quincy Pondexter.
Checking in for the Pelicans.
Haslam a screen. Napier passes to Haslam. He kicks it to McRoberts. That's tipped, and that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession.
Boy, that pass was in the air a long time.
Long enough for him to get a finger on it anyway and send it out of bounds.
Johnson.
The Heat making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Shot clock at 3. Beyond the arc. Shot is off. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. 22 is their biggest lead. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Haslam can't get it to go.
Well, it's the edge they've had in that area on the glass that's played a big role in this game.
Yeah, they've got some strong guys, Steve. Guys that are strong and well put together, and they've used that strength to their advantage down low.
Absolutely on fire from behind the arc.
Yeah, that's where he's getting his points.
Chalmers dishes to McRoberts. Johnson attacking. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Pelicans on top, ending the third quarter with a 13-4 run. Back after this from the arena. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
This was a showstopper, wasn't it? Just a difficult pass to make, and he makes it flawlessly to set up that alley-oop.
On the court for the Pelicans, getting the fourth quarter going. Baddest one in a 2-guard. Evans and Davis are your small and power forwards. Omer Ashik is out there with Holiday. 5 on the clock, and the shot is good from Johnson. And so here is New Orleans.
Whiteside.
Evans with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Right side Holiday. From 17 feet out, another one falls for New Orleans.
You know, they've been able to depend on his offense all game long, guys. He's drained a lot of shots out here.
And between now and the horn, Steve, the ball should be in his hands as much as possible if they want to continue to build this lead.
And Chalmers kicks to Dang. Good, and it's Chalmers with the assist that time.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but, you know, the defense still needs to keep an eye on him.
Evans passes to baddest one. Here's the screen. It's tipped, and that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Goran.
That's the way to shoot the rock.
A different look for Miami. Josh McRoberts comes in for Luol Deng. And it's Chalmers in for Johnson. Chalmers with the screen for Dragic.
Analytics has become a huge part of the NBA, and one element of that jumps out at me is basically the cameras that track every movement of every player and can provide info on when exactly a player gets tired to how much of their time on the floor they are actually running instead of standing around.
And some changes here for the Heat. Luol Deng is checked in for Josh McRoberts, and it's Johnson in for Goran Dragic. Baddest one's checked in for New Orleans. Here's Chalmers. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And back to the camera system we were talking about. Some teams using it more than others, but they are starting to find and use all sorts of data, Steve, from those cameras.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear how different teams are using that technology. Some teams use it to check on the club's spacing. They'll see how many times a guy is dribbling the ball compared to the season before. That's what the Celtics did with Rondo. It's really interesting. It's a tremendous amount of data to process, but the trick is, making it work, making it mean something.
Drew Holiday is checked in for New Orleans. And it's the Pelicans with the ball. They set the pick. The dish to Gordon. Evans outside. Davis inside. He's up against Bosch. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
You have to wonder, it's certainly worth thinking about with the way Anthony Davis took a big step forward last year. There's a legitimate argument or discussion anyway that he might eventually become the best player in the league.
LeBron is going to be LeBron for a little while longer, but after that, there's going to be a short list.
And Davis is right in the middle of it when you think about it. I mean, the ability to score down on the block and change teams' game plan with his defense, the way he patrols the paint. I think he's got as good a shot as anybody at being the successor to LeBron's crown.
Chalmers with it. Johnson dishes to Bosch. The shot no good. Great D that time from Davis.
So many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far, Steve.
And even if it's only a modest advantage that they have in that category, it's still a significant factor.
Miami's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Bosch misses. A minute 42 left in the fourth. Here's baddest one. It's Evans on the wing. Passes it to baddest one. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Baddest one's got 13 points in the second half.
And guys, with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who's watched it. I mean, just a total mismatch in a true show of strength for the Pelicans.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33.
Well, one thing about this win, it assures that they will not lose the season series. They only meet once more, of course, as interconference opponents.
And, Steve, when it is just a two-game season series, the team winning game one has a bit of an edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it once more.
Look at the stats, and you'll see just how dominant a game this was for baddest one. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket just seems to be incredibly wide. Probably time to just say it, guys. This game is over.
I think you're right on target there.
Bosch double-teamed. Poked away. Here's baddest one. He's guarded by Johnson.
And a terrific run to really put this ball game away.
And now let's see how many more points they can throw up there before the horn sounds.
Here's Deng. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Here's baddest one. from downtown. Can't get it to go. So we see New Orleans taking the W here. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those.
Well, Anthony, certainly.
What are you smiling about?
Life's good. I'm hitting my stride right now. I'm just happy to be balling.
That's why I called you in here. You have been balling. If you keep producing like this, I see no reason why you won't be in the starting lineup before long. We always try to be careful with the new guys, make sure they fit our system the way we want them to. But it seems like just a matter of time for you. How does that sound?
Coach, I'll do whatever you ask me. If it's providing a spark off the bench, great. If it's starting, even better.
Good answer. Now get out of here.
Yo, so what's up? It's not every day that you're in the hood. Oh, yeah, man, I'm good. Yeah, man, I get that. We're straight.
I was in town with another one of my clients, Dante Exum, and had to see if the rumors were true. Guess they are. New digs. Look who's moving up in this world. I'm sure you already know Dante, the biggest player to come out of Australia since ever. He can run the point, move over to the two-guard, whatever anybody needs. He's about to take the league by storm.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
And this is the man I was telling you about, Dante. Destined to be the biggest undrafted success in the history of the league. Ballin', making money, going places.
Maybe, but he's gonna have to go through me to get there.
Ha! Boy, you acting like that's a challenge.
Take it however you want. You see what I mean on the court.
Fellas, let's keep it cordial. We're all in the same money-making family here.
New Orleans, land of the Pelicans, in a fine Western Conference battle at the New Orleans Arena. This is the first game in the Grizzlies road trip. The top storyline, Michael Conley, guys, injured and he will not be suited up.
Well, since the last game when we saw him leave with that injury, the news appears to have gone from bad to worse, guys, and that's terribly disheartening. The speed of that young player, man, we're going to miss that, and he could be out a long time.
Yeah, so sad. I mean, I was not anticipating that news. I love watching this guy play. So talented. So this is really a worst-case scenario for him and his team. Let's just hope that his rehab goes well and that he's back on the court before too long.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So on the floor for Memphis, Zebo and Marc Gasol are up front. Allen is out there with Nick Calathis. And it's Green in at the 3 spot.
This New Orleans team is now in their second season as the Pelicans. The name, which was subject to some critique early on, has actually turned out to be nice for the franchise with a new group of players, new ownership, and it fits nicely into creating a new identity.
Gasol setting the pick for Green. Right side Gasol. Passes to Calathis. 6 on the shot clock. Green dishes to Allen. Fires it up. He squares up and sinks it.
Guys, you know, you're not going to hit that shot too often. That's high risk.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
I caught up with Coach Dave Yeager. One player who's really on his mind in this matchup is Eric Gordon. He said of Gordon, he can shoot with deep range and has the strength and explosiveness to go by you if you overcommit and finish or get himself to the line. So he's just an underrated scorer in this league, and it's going to take a total team effort to slow him down. Kevin will see how they do.
Thanks, Doris. And so it's Memphis with it. The Pelicans make their last shot. And the officials into the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And Holiday kicks to Evans. Holiday, the pass to Gordon. New Orleans moving the ball around. The dish to Holiday. The feed to Gordon. Shot clock at 6. The shot is off. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Their last game a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
Well, Kevin, they constructed a perfect offensive game plan going into that game, and it was quickly apparent how powerless the defense was to stop them.
Powerless is a good way to put it, Steve. We're unlikely to see that many uncontested baskets again anytime soon.
Now here's Green after Eric Gordon's miss, and that one's good. The Pelicans have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Holiday dishes to Evans. The pass to Gordon. Outside Holiday. Pass to Evans. Stolen by Allen. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. Memphis trailing here. Here's Calathis looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Randolph. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, I think he kind of alligator arm that one. Short stroke.
Baddest ones checked in for Drew Holiday.
A moment to check out where Anthony Davis sits in the league rankings. 3rd in shooting percentage, 7th in blocks, and he's in the top 15 in points per game. So he's a guy you have to account for defensively.
And Steve, you mentioned his sky-high field goal percentage ranking. I mean, he's got both the technique and the patience and discipline that all really great shooters have to be efficient and productive.
And so here's Memphis. After the missed 3 from Baddest one. Inside to Randolph. Good. Great play by Calathis to set it up. Randolph's got his first points of the night.
See the way he times his passes so well? It was a great assist.
Nick Calathis, former 2-time Mr. Basketball for the state of Florida. A star at the University of Florida, was drafted back in 2009. He played 3 seasons in Greece, 1 in Russia, before finally making it to the NBA last season.
And here is Green, following the 3 from Baddest. Gasol, a screen on Evans. It's Allen on the wing. Back to Green. Shot clock at 6. A baseline J, and Davis pulls it down. And the Grizzlies, trading for his rights, they knew what they were getting in Calathis.
Yeah, proven guard in Europe. A young guy, great playmaker, and he can rebound, defend, and I thought he provided Memphis with a really solid option at that backup point guard spot last year. Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And here's our rookie leaderboard, showcasing the league's highest scoring rookies since the All-Star break. Well, you look at the Baddest one, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
Well, just like the rest of the guys on that list, he's a rookie basically in name only. Now, I mean, in the second half of this season, he's been playing and scoring like a veteran.
It definitely has been a short learning curve for him, Steve, especially offensively.
Here's Stokes. He dishes it to Carter. Here's Calathis. Out to Carter from deep. And that is good. Carter's got himself on the board with 3 there.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Here's baddest one. And again, New Orleans has no luck. For Memphis, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Calathis kicks to Lee. Breaks it off the glass. Lee's got his first points of the game.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now, you got to make a defensive adjustment here, Clark. Time to collapse inside, force the ball back out of the perimeter, make them beat you from long range. Good. Textbook right there. Nice pass, great catch. Beautiful finish.
The Grizzlies have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Calathis looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Carter. Stokes the pass to Lewis. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. Carter can't get that one to fall. Here's baddest one, and it's off from 3-point range. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Grizzlies lead.
Next Monday night, March 9th, Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans hit the road to do battle.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And for Memphis, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
A lot of hard work being put in on the glass. This is a very physical team. They're doing a nice job in the paint.
Yeah, and I think they're doing a good job gang rebounding too, Steve. Everybody's boxing out down there.
So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. Carter is out there with John Lure. Then there's Nick Calathis. Then it's Lee. And it's Stokes in at the 5 roaming the paint. Feeds it to Lee. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover.
Great reflexes to get a hand on that pass and go the other way with it.
Pass to baddest one. Count the bucket. Baddest one's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Pelicans.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc, Clark. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burdick. Doris, what do you have?
Yes, Kevin, Memphis coach Dave Yeager paid dues for years coaching in the minor leagues. But he did more than coach. He was the GM, ticket vendor, business manager, and halftime act. He said he loved the passion and spirit of that work, but there were also tough times. Guys, those struggles helped prepare him for where he is today.
A long road, but he's here now. Thanks, Doris. The wide open look here for Holiday. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
It's 12 straight points coming off three-pointers. I mean, somebody do something defensively.
Well, I agree with you. I mean, who's going to step up? They're rolling out there now, so you got to get in their chest, make them uncomfortable, and try to deny those looks.
Both teams will make substitutions.
Over the last month, let's take a look at the Grizzlies and how they stacked up in the league statistically. First in opponent shooting percentage, 7th in rebounding, and they kept the lead.
They really get after you. They try to attack you. They close out. They rotate well, and they're constantly covering up for one another.
Gasol setting the pick for Lee. He kicks it to Gasol. Memphis moving that ball around. It's stolen by Davis. Holiday, the pass to Baddest one. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. And it's a 7-point Pelican lead. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Pelicans.
Boy, their frenetic defense has really been impressive, putting a lot of pressure on ball handlers and turning them over.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
The Defensive Player of the Year award only came into fruition in the early 80s, but it's mostly been dominated by big men. You have to think at some point Anthony Davis is not only going to win it, but win it multiple times.
First personal foul, teams first.
And with Davis, it almost seems like a foregone conclusion for him. I mean, the way he is able to time shots up as a defender and shot blocker, man, and his prime still a few years away, you got to think he's going to have a chance to win multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards.
And with Davis and the defensive accolades, it isn't just his ability to block shots that is just the starting point. He changes so many more along the way, and that's what, to me, sticks out the most.
Yeah, it isn't just limited to blocking or altering shots. I mean, he knows how to use his reach and quickness to come up with a lot of steals as well. And really, I wouldn't be shocked if one day he didn't win multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards.
That free throw, no good. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for...
Nice shooting.
Substitution. It's a tie game in New Orleans. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on...
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down to business. Now, here's a few things I took away from the first half. For the most part, we played an intelligent first half. Our passing has been crisp. We haven't given the ball away, and that's big, because we can't afford turnovers. Those will kill us. One place we've had success was in the low post on...
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. You know, Baddest one has been exceptional here, guys.
Wow, the threes have just been dropping for him. Absolute dead-eye shooting in that first half.
Could not have been a more productive day for him from long range.
Grizzlies shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. Well, good teams tend to have a defined style of play. Steve, the Grizzlies had grit and grind, but it seems they're going away.
You're up. Let's go.
Time to do my thing.
The Pelicans trail. Dishes it to Evans. Outside Gordon. Kicks it to Holiday. He feeds it to Evans for the lead. It's rebounded by Memphis. Randolph's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And you know, the Grizzlies got swept in the Western Conference Finals back in 2013 because the Spurs just packed it in defensively. And I really think that was the impetus for the Grizzlies looking to try to play a more wide open style. You know, even though that season in 2013 was as a whole, the best ever for the franchise, it did expose their weaknesses and gave them something to work on.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Yes, Kevin, Monty Williams was just going over the plan with his team. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through baddest one. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris.
And last season, it took the Grizzlies some time to get going. New head coach, the injury to Marcus Saul, but they added some shooting and athleticism on the wings and really rallied strongly towards the end of the year.
Can't get it to go.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
Yeah, they've been really strong in the paint, battling the glass.
You know, who says the big guy doesn't like to attack the basket? I mean, could have fooled me on that one.
Yeah, nice change of pace for him to power one home.
Yeah, it's not usually his role, but he takes advantage of the situation there. And you got to like the defense inside, really protecting the rim.
Challenging shots and making his presence felt around the rim, that's exactly what he can give you.
And that's Evans penetrating for the lead. The shot's good from Battiston. And it's a three-point Pelican lead.
He is feeling it. A terrific percentage from the field.
Stolen by Evans. One-on-one fast break. Here's the lob to the hoop. A flawless finish on the alley-oop.
How nice was that alley-oop? Those two really have a good connection.
Yeah, read each other so well. It's a play I'm sure, Clark, they love to run.
And as the receiver, he didn't feel like he had the need to go for the monster finish. Just laying it in, making sure he got the points.
The drive by Green. Calathis gets the bucket.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Pelicans leading by 3. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Baddest one passes to Davis. Goes up the baseline. Another one falls for New Orleans.
He's definitely got that shot in his arsenal.
The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Calathis kicks to Green. Handoff inside. He's guarded by Davis.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
You talk about players who either love or hate contact. Randolph, I think, is in his element, Clark, leaning on people. He likes to feel other bodies.
Yeah, they love Zebo, they call him, don't they? He can get busy. Boy, I love watching him go to work. You know, he likes to be in the middle of contact. He gets to the rim. Whenever you lose contact, if you're guarding him, and he's not the most explosive guy, but it just points out, Kevin, you can be highly skilled and a really good basketball player and not be off-the-charts athlete.
He wears on his opponent.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of attrition.
I think he created that phrase, grit and grind. Grit and grind for the Grizzlies.
You're right.
And that's how he played.
Yeah. Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Jins is checked in, and it's Anderson in for Davis. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Allen. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Allen's got 6 points.
That's a nice play there. The more contributors this team can get, the better. Randolph never really an above-the-rim player, but with his combination of strength and skill, he remains effective. Deft touch with that left hand.
And here we go with Allen running it up the court. And that one's good. And it's now only a 1-point Pelican lead.
Well, and the bounce pass was the key to the play.
The Pelicans have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Passes it to Evans. Gordon against Allen. Fires from deep. And Gordon hits from deep. 5 points in the game.
And Randolph is able to post up or face up. And he's lethal either way. And that high arcing shot of his from mid-range, beautiful to watch, impossible to block. And on that right block, he's doing work down there because he understands how to use that wide basis to get separated. Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof. Yeah, turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about.
Pelicans leading by 4. Here's Baddest one. 16 points for him. Expanding his range. The Grizzlies pull it in. Their last encounter was in New Orleans, where they were able to handle the Pelicans.
Yeah, that was a big win for them, and an impressive performance, mainly down in the paint. Their rebounding advantage was the difference in the game.
Green kicks to Calathes. 6 to shoot. It's Allen with the drive, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Allen's got 4 points this quarter.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily strategic, Clark. It's just a matter of playing with more heart. Got to play hard, guys.
Gordon dishes to Anderson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Ryan Anderson, one of the sweetest shooting big men in the league. Deep range with that quick release. Tell you what, at his height, he doesn't need much daylight to get it off.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
You know, last game he turned in a really nice performance at the charity stripe.
Yeah, really.
Good work. Good work.
Oh, yeah, man.
Get too tight on him. I mean, he doesn't want to get whistled for the foul and put this guy on the line.
Norris Cole, he's checked in for New Orleans. Holiday comes in for Baddest one. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Stokes is checked in for Gasol.
Get up. You're going in.
Here we go.
There's 18 seconds left in the third.
Probably should hold for one shot here. Clock is on their side.
Yeah, no brainer. They can hold it for the last shot.
Anderson passes to Cole. Evans attacking. Good work defensively by Carter.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in.
Here's Lee. The shot no good. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Pelicans on top, leading by a point. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter.
Tune in next Tuesday night, March 10th. Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans take on Darren Williams and the Brooklyn Nets.
And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
This was such a pretty pass, Kevin. A beautiful assist, and of course it turned into the easy basket, but just a gorgeous play there.
New Orleans has gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15 on the court for Memphis to start the fourth. Nick Calathes is out there with Lee. Then it's John Lure, and there's Carter. And it's Stokes in at the 5 down low. 5 to shoot. Anderson passes to Baddest one. Hands it from downtown. Baddest one's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for New Orleans. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Here's Calathes. Carter left side. The dish to Calathes. Stokes the pass to Carter. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
What a game for Holiday. He has 12 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
Yeah, a lot of times he's one of those players who can get hot and stay hot from the three-point line. So I look for him to continue to search for shots out there.
And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Pelicans.
Boy, defensively they've played with a high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
You know, adding to that, Steve, you look at their block totals tonight, and you see how feisty they've been on the defensive end this game.
Marc Gasol is checked in for Stokes. He's perfect from the line this time.
Well, what I really like about Drew Holiday is his cool, calm, collected demeanor on the court. I mean, it doesn't seem like much bothers him. He stays even keel, and that's exactly what you want in the personality of your floor general.
Yeah, good call there. You could tell he was moving into the defender when he tried to set the screen.
Yeah, lowered that shoulder, dipped right into him, too. I mean, he was going to be called on that foul either way.
Zach Randolph's checked in for Lewis. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter.
And for Holiday, I think his level-headed demeanor really belies his toughness and competitiveness. You know, at 6'4", he's quick on his feet. He can really...
Hello? It's free. What's nothing. I just got an invite to the party, so I don't. What are y'all playing? Gauntlet? What's that? I'm a Plus member, but I didn't see it. I was just in the PlayStation Store earlier. It's an RPG.